Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, the playoffs here for WBE. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Newcastle Nidokings in an epic playoff showdown. The first round of the playoffs, we finished the regular season 10-3, and we were taking on the 8-3 Nidokings and Patterrz, the fellow Dan. Now, we played him earlier in the season, and we beat him 5-0, and that's very important because when I break down my team, you're going to be very surprised to see what we're bringing. But he made some changes to his team. He's got a Xatu instead of Swoobat and a Delphox instead of Typhlosion. And be sure to hit that like button down below. Get excited for playoffs tomorrow, man. It should be a lot of fun. Let's break down his team really quickly. He's got a Tapu Koko. I think this time he's probably going to try to fit Defog on there. But Farium Z, Grass Knot U-Turn, very good set in my opinion. Terrakion, I think he can bring Band-Aid, Scarf, Setup. Last time he brought Weakness Policy. I could see him bringing like a Rock Polish set or some sort of offensive. I think Scarf is probably the best against me. Hippowdon I think is too good to not bring because of my Manectric. So you bring that Hippowdon, you run Earthquake, Slack Off, Stealth Rocks, maybe Roar, Whirlwind, Toxic, something like that, maybe Protect. Snorlax I feel like probably comes with Curse and Recycle. Maybe I could see like a Rest Sleep Talk set, but I think you noticed last time that having only a normal type attack was kind of tough on Snorlax. I definitely feel like a Scavalier's coming this time. He didn't bring it last time, and I think he realized how bad of a threat Kyurem is. So I think a Scavalier comes probably with like 4 attacks, or maybe like AV. I can see knockoff Ironhead, Megahorn, maybe Toxic, something like that. Maybe Protect to scout out for the Z move. Venomoth missed 4 Sleep Powders last time. I don't think Venomoth is coming, but if it comes, it's likely just a Quiver Dance set. ALOLA and Exeggutor could come. He could bring like Draco Meteor, Leaf Storm, things like that, Sludge Bomb for Florges. He's got the Xatu, which may come if he thinks that Hazard are going to be a big problem. U-Turn, maybe Thunder Wave. The Delphox, of course. He brought a Choice Scarf Typhlosion last time. I think if Delphox come, it might be like the Power Herb set with Solar Beam, with Magician. It could also be like Subcall Mind. It could, I don't think it's Subcall Mind though. It could be like Scarf with Trick. So there's a couple sets. And then last but not least would be the Gyarados. I think Gyarados, if it comes, is just straight Dragon Dance would make the most sense to me. But I told you guys that the team this week, I'm going through this team builder quickly because it is the same team I brought last time with just a few tweaks, man. And my logic here, I know this is a big risk. Like, you know, I played him before. I beat him 5-0. It was a pretty one-sided battle. And I really felt confident in the team I brought. I think with the 10 Pokemon I have, 9 of the 10 have a great matchup. The 10th Mon being Talonflame, which has an okay matchup. I feel like Patterrz has to prepare for Zoroark. He has to prepare for Manectric, he has to prepare for Passimian. All those are viable Mons against him. I'm opting to bring the same 6 with very similar spreads, so let's talk about it. I'm bringing the same Venusaur. This Venusaur is designed to check Tapu Koko, it's designed to check Gyarados, it can slow down the Terrakion, it can take on the Hippowdon. You know, it's very good. I think the only thing is Synthesis is kind of, you know, rocky. Maybe Leech Seed or Hidden Power Fire might be better, but I like Synthesis because it allows me to stall out some Mons when the sand is not up. Again, I think that this thing is very good against him because Koko has to run Brave Bird to beat it. Terrakion has to hit Stone Edges at +2. Gyarados has to set up a ton because I'm fully physically defensive. So I really like our Venusaur set this week. I'm bringing Brave Nature Kyurem Black this week, offensive KB with the Free Shock, Z Free Shock, baby. This thing is devastating to his team. The only thing that can take a hit from this thing is that Escavalier. And I have Hidden Power and Ice Beam now. I changed up the set. Previously, I was Sub and Dragon Claw. Now I've got Ice Beam and Hidden Power, hopefully, so I could bop that Hippowdon. I've got the Hidden Power Fire to guarantee Free Shock plus Hidden Power beats every form of Escavalier, so we should be good there. I can knock out that thing pretty easily. Fusion Bolt is just really good coverage for the rest of his team, so I really like that as well. So that's the gist there with this Kyurem. It's really important that I get that Z move off and try to break his team. Once that Escavalier's down, like I said, I don't really feel like he has a good switch into Kyurem Black. Koko can beat me with Dazzling Gleam, and Terrakion obviously can run through me, but generally Kyurem has a pretty good matchup against the rest of his team, so I just have to play aggressively with it, get that Z move off, weaken something, knock it out. His Thick Fat and his Snorlax doesn't help him there, so I really feel like Kyurem can put in some work this week. I'm going to be bringing the same Florges, though. This is a defensive Florges with Wish Protect, Moonblast Toxic. I feel like the defensive Florges is good. I have to kind of bring it because of Exeggutor, in my opinion. Exeggutor is a big problem otherwise. And Delphox, same thing, right? Like Delphox, I kind of check that. I can kind of deal with Koko as a middle ground play. I've got Venusaur and Florges now for Koko. I can hit the Terrakion and the Gyarados super effectively. Obviously, I don't match up very well against this Cavalier, but, you know, generally we can do some pretty good work with Moonblast, you know, chip that thing down. You know, the Snorlax, we could Toxic it if he is the Recycle set, as I mentioned. So we have a couple different things that we could do with Florges. It's a very defensive Pokemon. I feel like it's the best fit for the team in terms of defensive Pokemon. Obviously, you guys already know Gary the Gastrodon's coming, baby. Same set as last time, dude. Clear Smog, Earthquake, Scald, Recover with the Rindo Berry. Very same EV spread as I brought last time. This thing is a very good lead. It's a very good check to Tapu Koko. It's a very good check to Delphox. It's a good thing to, so I don't just get set up on by Gyarados. I can take a hit from the Terrakion. I can take a hit from the Hippowdon. I can, you know, do a lot of things. It's kind of a really good, and you know, Tapu Koko is such a big threat. Terrakion's such a big threat. Stone Edge is very good against my team. So I really felt like Gastrodon being able to sponge some of those hits, kind of give me a middle ground pivot on the defensive plays. I feel like my defensive core is very good. It's going to be very difficult for Patterrz to break through my defensive core. So I just hope I have enough offensive pressure to be able to beat him. But Gastrodon definitely helps me with that defensive core. Skarmory's coming again. Same set, except I'm not bringing Spikes this week. I'm bringing Brave Bird instead. I feel like having Brave Bird gives me a little bit of guarantee against the Venomoth if he brings it. Last time I had to Whirlwind it out. This time I can actually Brave Bird it and Brave Bird Koko on the switch. Again, my strategy does revolve around my Lycanroc, which is my last mon. But this thing has the Rocky Helmet. That allows me to take on the Snorlax really well. It allows me to take on the Escavalier incredibly well. It allows me to take on the Gyarados pretty well and the Terrakion pretty well. Those don't want to take Rocky Helmet damage. Hippowdon generally cannot do much to me at all. So I can chip those mons down and get them in range for my Lycanroc, which is ultimately the end goal here, is to try to get them all in range for our Lycanroc. And then last but not least is going to be Lycanroc, which is Fire Fang, Excel Rock, Brick Break, Swords Dance. The same set I brought last time with the Life Orb. I do feel like this is the best set. It checks the Xatu and the Venomoth, so if they set up or do anything, I can usually take those down. I can come in and revenge kill things. I can beat the Escavalier. I can Brick Break the Snorlax and the Terrakion. I do a lot of damage to those. If I chip down the Koko, Excel Rock goes in. If I chip down the Hippowdon, I can kind of just win with Lycanroc. So that's kind of our end game plan here. It's really about just getting those good pivots, kind of determining what sets he brings, and chipping things down. You know, I know I'm taking a big risk here bringing the same team, and I may end up regretting it down the road. That's on me, but I genuinely felt like this team was the best team for him, and I'm at a disadvantage because while it is the best team and it clearly worked the first time, he's going to probably know everything I'm bringing. So it's risky, man. It's risky because if I'm Patterrz, I think if I'm Patterrz, I go into this match and I say, okay, Dan is got a lot of threats. I have to figure out how do I beat him. And he can do one of two things. He prepares for everything like you normally would. He prepares exactly for the team I brought last time in hopes that I just do that again. I don't know. I just have a hard time feeling like he's gonna prepare exactly for the same team, because realistically, like something like Zoroark can really run through him. Manectric looks super good, except for the Hippowdon. Manectric looks really good against him. You know, those are some mons that can really put in a lot of work. Even Passimian, which is a mon that I was going to bring, Passimian looks really good against him as well, like a Choice Scarf set. And even Talonflame can put in some work too. So I definitely feel like he has to prep for everything. It's going to be an interesting battle nevertheless. Hoping we can win this one, man, because I want that championship. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and we'll have the match going up tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the playoffs. Peace.